Hello, good afternoon. It's 12:11 on a Wednesday afternoon, and I'm drinking my cold coffee because when I tell you all, I've been up since 6:14 and I've been getting it. Like for real. Okay, I've been getting it for real today. Today is the day where I am literally going to work from 6:14 a.m. probably till about 9:30 tonight. Like today is get it day. Okay. It's my day off from my practice, but guess what? I have coaching clients. I've got to update this website in time for Black Friday. God knows if I could get another course out before Black Friday, I would, but that's pushing it. Right now, I am also working on recording the audio for my books. So I'm definitely getting that done. The audiobook is going to be here by Black Friday, both of the books, and updating my website. I'm designing another t-shirt right now. Like today is get it day. Okay, all day long. All right, I just want to say hello to everyone who is coming into the room. Thank you so much. I'm doing well. He said, hey, ma'am. I'm doing well. Uh-oh. I'm not trying to block anybody. Not yet. we just getting started. But I wanted to have a quick conversation with you because I'm going to take about 30 minutes of your time and just have a quick conversation with you today about how is everyone doing? Are y'all all right? I'm getting some crazy stories, some crazy like relationship stories and people, they just going through it. You going through it right now. Good afternoon. Okay, Virgin Islands. Hi, Paul. Good to see you. Let me know your first name. Let me know the city, state, or country that you're coming to me from. I always like to get to know my followers. But how is everyone doing? This has been a very emotional week for me. Just a lot going on. I'm not sure what's happening with the planets or the eclipses or what is going on. Like, I have been all over the place. I've been all over the place emotionally. And so, I just had to, Columbus, Ohio, in the house. Thank you. Yeah, I've just had to stop. Like when I'm in those moods, I don't do anything. I don't make any decisions. I don't even be talking to people like that because I might pop off. My lips might pop off and say something in my emotional state. So yeah, it has been, hello, Kumo from South Africa. Good to have you. All right, but how have you all been doing? We have been having so much just stuff going on right now in the world. And, I'm gonna talk about this briefly because I was asked to talk about this whole thing with Kanye. So, like I said, as a mental health professional, mental health is real, right? It's real. We put ourselves under stress. We put ourselves in situations that stress us out. And mental health is a thing. It's a real thing. AC Scott from Fort Pierce, Florida. Thank you. Hello. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. And while I'm going to say this, there are things that Kanye has said that I actually agree with. Okay, there's some things that he's spoken on and some things that he said that, good morning, like I agree with, right? All right. The Lazy Butte from California. Good to have you. But then there's been a whole lot of other things that have been said that I'm like, come on now. Now we live out here in the world with other people. You got to censor that. You can't be out here saying everything you want to say. You have to censor. And then how about this? You just have to have common decency. You have to have common courtesy, right? There are things that I'm just not going to say publicly because I am kind and I have common courtesy. I have common decency. And this is where if his mother was alive, she would step in and be like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. That's what I do with my kids. Don't say that. Don't do that. See, that's where good black mamas come in. We pull you back from the nonsense. And unfortunately, he does not have that. There is no censor. There is no censor on his team. There's nobody telling him, don't do that. Don't do that. You can have thoughts and opinions. And those thoughts and opinions could, you could disagree with a large part of what people think and feel. I know I do. I get that pushback all the time because I have thoughts and feelings that they disagree with what is popular. Okay. However, I'm not unkind. I'm not coming for any one race or ethnicity of people. I'm not coming for, I'm not coming for anybody. And I can share my thoughts and my feelings, and I can say, yes, that is a part of my free speech, that, this is something that I believe. This is what I think. If you're coming into the room, let us know where you're coming to us from, your first name, if you want to share it, what city, state, or country you're coming to us from. Okay. But I am not going to be so reckless. See, this is what people don't understand about free speech. It's just like I was taught this in middle school, y'all, about free speech. So while you have the right to say, I as a Christian don't support this lifestyle or that lifestyle, you don't have the right to yell fire in a packed movie theater. Okay? That is not covered under free speech because that is damaging. That could possibly damage the lives and health and livelihood of other people. Like that's where I say, there has to be a line. You do not have the right to defame people and make defamatory, inflammatory statements about people. You do not have the right to make untrue statements about people. So we need to check ourselves when it comes to this, free speech. Okay. So these are the lines that he's crossing. Puerto Rico by way of New York City. Good to see you, Hector. Yeah. These are the lines that he's crossing. And I have a lot of conservative views. I don't support Donald Trump. I don't have any problem being open and saying that. I don't support Donald Trump, but I am, I have a lot of conservative views. I consider myself a moderate. And I think that there are things that we are co-signing that are just going way too far. Like the left is they're going way too far, way out of their mind. Okay. And I'm going to say that. And again, that's a part of my free speech. They've gone completely cuckoo out here in the things that they are saying is okay. All right. And there's a lot of people that they're not going to stand up and say, hey, this isn't okay. Like this shouldn't be a thing. I'm going to say it. No, that shouldn't be a thing. That's not cool. That's not okay. And as a society, we are losing what we call the collective consciousness. We're losing a social norm, right? So a woman, out here being promiscuous with multiple men, that used to go against the social norm. That was not normal. People did not, okay that. Yay, sex positive. Have sex with as many people as you want. That's fantastic. No, that was under the realm of, there is a social norm in our country, in our society, that says women who sleep with 5 men in a day are prostitutes. They're paid to do that. That's what we've always understood. That why would a woman who's not a prostitute, who's not being paid to have sex with 5 men in one day, why would she do that? And so we're getting away from social norms. We're getting away from a collective consciousness. There was a collective majority of people that could tell you what was right, what was wrong, what was considered moral or illegal or unethical or immoral, that we had a collective consciousness. That's starting to go away, or that is starting to normalize things that were once deemed as socially unacceptable. Okay? Like most of us could agree that if a woman said, yeah, I had sex with 5 men today, like most of us would agree, like, oh no, no, that's not okay. And she would be labeled a prostitute. She would be labeled, a woman of the evening. And if she's, and we could, and don't get me wrong, it's not that we find that socially acceptable, but we have a label for it. We would be like, oh, she's a prostitute. Right? Doesn't mean that, I want to be with her. Don't mean I want her to make her my wife, but she's a prostitute. Like, we have an explanation for that. But if that woman came back and said, no, nobody gave me any money to do this. I wanted to do it. I'm sex positive. I wanted to go out and like, we're looking at her like, what? Like, why are you doing that? See, most people, men and women, right? But now we have women like trying to co-sign this foolishness. And then we have men that they want to go next. Like they want to co-sign it. Yeah, be sex positive because I want my turn. No, y'all, come on. Stop this nonsense now. Stop it. I'm going to post a video shortly. And it is from a clip from the YouTube channel, Just Pearly Things. I have been familiar with her content for about a year now. And once again, there are some things on there that I definitely agree with. I say them on my page. However, we're going to this dark place where, we've just fallen over the edge. But they were talking all about single moms and who is to blame for the rise in single births, like single mother births, single parent births. Who is to blame for that? Is it the men? Is it the women? And Zuby, who is one of my favorite people in the entire world, he is one of the most masculine men I know. Zuby, if you're familiar with him, he was saying that men and women share the responsibility equally. And I 1,000% agreed with him. I really did. And there was this argument going back and forth between the women and him on the show saying, no, it's women, it's single women, it's their fault. And they're the ones that control birth and they're the ones that can stop birth and this and that and the third. Okay, but why are we doing that? Because we know it takes a man and a woman to create life. Like to procreate, we need one of each. So if you're a lesbian and you have you're a woman with a wife, and it's just y'all, like, ain't nobody gonna get pregnant. You safe, okay? Nobody gonna get pregnant. And if you're a homosexual male and you have a husband and you're a man, ain't nobody gonna get pregnant. Like, no baby is coming out of that union. But we know, maybe y'all need a sex ed lesson, but we know that it takes a man, a biological man and a biological woman to make a baby. And so this idea that because women control the birth, like, no, stop putting your penises into women's vaginas that you don't want to have a baby with. like, I don't know how else to say that. Oh, and now that I'm thinking about it, y'all, I should have made this a subscription only live. I didn't let my mouth get me in trouble. But anyway, it's the horse is out of the barn. I didn't said it. The horse is out of the barn. Okay. But this is why I have a subscription service. And let me go ahead and kick that game to you. So I have a subscription service here on Instagram, and it is technically for lives like this where I'm just saying a bunch of stuff that probably gonna get me demonetized. I don't know what I'm thinking, but anyway. So join the subscription. We can have these kind of lives. Anita can use the words she wants to use and not worry about getting demonetized. But anyway, let me get back on track. So yes, men and women play a part in the single mother or the one parent, the birth rate going sky high for single mothers, both of them. New to your content, but thoroughly enjoying it as well as your perspective. Thank you so much. Soul Sock Sounds. Oh, neat. Yeah, it's both of us. And the idea that the women are advocating for, no, it's the women, they control the birth. Stop putting your penises in vaginas of women, in vulvas of women that you don't want to have a baby with. Like, that's it. Okay. And that's the way we know for sure that no one will get pregnant. So ladies, don't let penises come into your vagina if you don't want to have a baby. Men, don't put your penises in vaginas that you don't want to have a baby. Okay. That's the firm 100% way we know how to stop pregnancy. Then we can go to like 99% and we can talk about the IUD. We can talk about the birth control pill. We can talk about the depot injection. We can talk about the thing you get in your arm, right? So that's about 99% right now. If I looked up the stats. And even then, there's about 40 different types of birth control for women. That still puts the onus on the woman. The woman has to take steps to be on that hormonal birth control. She has to put it in her body. It's not going to affect the man. It's going to affect the woman. Okay? And so that to me says, if a man is in a healthy relationship with a woman, he loves that woman loves him, they have really got to have a healthy, happy, communicative relationship to be assured that that is in fact what she's choosing, right? There's lots of communication that needs to happen between that man and that woman. And if she agrees, okay, I'm going to take the birth control, I'm going to make sure that there is no baby conceived, I'm going to take that responsibility. That's what would have to happen. I know I did. And let me make this argument to you, ladies. Because pregnancy, right? And there's so many stats on this. Pregnancy, STDs, all of that. We are at a higher rate of being affected by STDs. We are the ones that the baby has to grow inside of. So if that ain't a reason for you to control the birth, I don't know what is. It's going to directly affect you. Physically, it's going to affect you. Hormonally, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you. So that's a good reason. All right. 623 Machine says, so he brings up the one. This is the 199. I think it's 99. Let me look it up. 99.2%. 99.2% effectiveness for men is vasectomy. And can I say this? I love it. I love it. A man tells me he's had a vasectomy. My respect for him goes through the roof. I absolutely love it. To me, it is one of the most powerful ways a man can control his seed. It speaks volumes about him. And so you got men out here running around. I'm not letting nobody cut into my thing and cut my ball, blah, 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 right? Doing all of that, yeah. When there is something that a man can do to assure that, okay, you might be out in these streets and you won't have no child. You could have a little more freedom, but you don't want to do that. So, sometimes I do. I be looking at men with multiple kids and they be crying and they be complaining. And I be like, shut up. I really do. I be like, ain't nobody trying to hear all this. Yeah. You could have went and taken your little $600, or maybe it's covered under your insurance, and take your behind to the urologist, and you could have shut all this down. So I really don't want to hear that. The second method is for a man is a condom. I'm going to keep it 100. I don't believe a condom is birth control. I never have. I've never in my life relied on condoms for birth control. I just don't. I've heard too many horror stories. I've heard too many, it slipped off, it broke, it popped. I've just heard too many horror stories. So to me, that's not an effective form of birth control. I don't even suggest it. I suggest it for STD prevention. I suggest it to women who, they might be allergic to the man's semen. I suggest it then. But in terms of controlling the birth, no. He said kids are XSPNSV. I have no idea. Oh, expensive. That was clever. I like it. Yeah, condoms are not even 100% safe. They're not. So, but that's it. That's what men have. They have the condom and they have the vasectomy. That's it. And women, we have about 40 different types of birth control. Some of it is barrier. Some of it is chemical, the chemical birth control. But yes, and here is what that clip is going to respond to that. So the reason why they focused on females when it came to birth control is because females will emit one egg a month. Right? There's one egg that can be fertilized, maybe two. In my case, that's what happened. I spit out 2 eggs and both of those eggs were fertilized. But 1 egg a month. And so scientists are saying, okay, 50,000 sperm or 1 egg? Like which one do we want Which one do we want to try to control? 50,000 sperm or one egg? And then because women, remember, we're directly affected by the birth. So they said, yeah, let's focus on the women. They're directly affected by this. And the men, and this was way back in the day, the scoundrels, they would run off. They would, they'd be gone, long gone, or they'd be the shotgun wedding. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that was how they tried to hold men accountable, but men would run off or they would have the shotgun wedding. And it's the women. And this is why I'm always preaching to women. And I'm not saying they're responsible in the sense of, this argument of who is responsible for these, single parent births. It's both of us. It's the men and the women. But what I say to the women, this is what gets women all upset with me. I hold women accountable because it directly affects you. Like, that's the common sense part of the argument. I'm coming for you because it's going to affect you. The person who can run away from the situation is the man, right? And the woman has that option. She could have a baby in the hospital and, I don't know, several hours later, she could get up, she could unhook herself from everything, and she could run away. But most women don't do that. I mean, it's a small percentage of women that have abandoned their baby in the hospital. Like, most of us don't do that. And there are, again, psychological reasons. There are hormonal reasons. There are biological reasons why women don't abandon their children. But men do. Men do. And so, yeah, it's both of us. Women need to close their legs. Women need to get on a really good form of birth control. Get your tubes tied. Get an IUD put in. Get a depot shot. Take the pill. If you don't, like I said, if you don't want to do the chemical route, get your tubes tied. Use barrier methods. Okay? Do something. Because it's going to affect you more than it's going to affect them. Doc, we're not going to talk about strong pullout games. No, we're not. Pullout games and condoms is in the same family to me. It is not an effective form of birth control. I'm not using no, we're not. We're not. That's why I didn't bring it up. That is not even close to an effective form of birth control for a man. That's a joke. But again, y'all out here in these streets like, nah, you don't know. You don't know. My pullout game is strong. Okay. But I'm not even going, that's not even going to enter into this conversation. But ladies, I hold you accountable because it's going to directly affect you, right? In every way possible, it's going to affect you. So you have got to do your due diligence in that area. And here's the part that we're not talking about enough. We're not talking about why are we having sex with people that the thought of having a baby by them horrifies us. Like, why aren't we talking about that? Why would you open your legs to a man that the thought of having a baby with him is like, oh my God, I'm pregnant by Junior. I'm pregnant by Tyrone. I'm pregnant by Chad. Then why are you sleeping with him? Like, help me understand that. Or Junior ran off. He's not a good guy. Why are you having sex with him? Like, make it make sense. Come on now. We're adults. We need to take this conversation to a higher level. I'm not sleeping with a man that I wouldn't possibly consider to be in a relationship with, to be the father of my children. I wouldn't. So, and y'all know how I feel about casual sex. This is one of, along with many other reasons why I don't believe in having casual sex with people. You don't know them like that. You don't know, and you're going to bond to them. You're going to bond to them. Forget the baby. So even if no baby enters into it, because see, that's the thing about birth control. That's the thing about birth control being created, is we really did think we was doing something. We really did think we was going to escape some foolishness. But look, there's all this spiritual repercussion. There's all this mental repercussion, emotional repercussion. We haven't escaped as much as we think. But we love telling ourselves that, don't we? Oh, I'm on the pill. I ain't got to worry about that. My tubes is tied and I'm good. I can go out here and be with any old body. And then when you on my couch crying, and when you on my couch wondering why, I thought we was going to have something and he ain't acting right. And, but you have escaped all of the having the baby. You'd escaped the nonsense. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You scarred, you wounded. Like, can we stop? Us guys, we should think the same way about the woman we have sex with. No dick discipline. You are precisely correct. And what I love seeing now in 2022 is I do believe with all of my heart that men are evolving. Men are evolving. Men are getting to the place where they're not just their penis and their balls and their testosterone, and they're not that. They're like, no, I have so much more to me than that. There's so much more to me than that. And I am not some animalistic, I just got to go wherever my dick leads me. I just, and that's just, and the men out here, oh, that's just how I'm wired. I just got to, I got to spread my seed and all that. No, there are men out here today, like they have evolved. They have evolved into like higher beings. And they're like, no, like, I really don't have to, I can transmutate that sexual energy. I can take that sexual energy and redirect it into creating something, writing something, doing something, starting a business. Like I have umpteen options of what I can do with my sexual energy. So I love it. I love the conversation. I love what men are on now. I love that they're rational, logical beings. I love it. I love it. And I meet these men all the time and I'm just like, dang. And look, I be trying to go out on dates, right? And they don't be trying to kiss me. They don't be trying to touch me there. I'm like, okay. Oh, that's what you want? It be making me want to make a move. Because I'm like, what in the what? Okay. Okay then. All right. Like I said, these men are evolved. They're not, I ain't out here trying to screw everybody. Like, nah, what you really on? What you really talking about? What's in your mind? What's in your spirit? Like, yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm like, so, okay, he said, but what age group of men? So my age group of men is usually between 40 and 60. And I find that that's pretty typical, that men, as they get older, it isn't all about, chasing behind their ding-a-ling, like, oh, I'm just wherever my ding-a-ling take me, that's where I'm going. No, they're not about that life. I think that if they've had any experience with women and life, and I think that 40, they start getting some sense in their head. I feel sorry for all of the younger women, but you know what? Let me say this though. I'm going to say this. I have met some old souls. I have met some 25, 30-year-old men that are on that same thing. They're on that same thing. I have some friends that are in their 30s, some male friends, and they're on that same thing. They're like, I ain't trying to be out here in these streets. I ain't trying to screw everything that move. And I'm like, what? I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. That's why they have evolved. Yeah. They have evolved with age. But like I said, I have some younger male friends that they're there. Like they're in that space. I ask men, are they aliens or humans? Yeah. So I have, here in the last 2 years, I have made connections with men from as young as 20, as old as 65, 70. And I'm impressed. I have been impressed. Now, what a lot of women are telling me is they're like, yeah, well, where are you meeting these men? And where are these men at? Because all the men I meet. But I want you to understand something. That's an inside job. That's an inside job that you have to do. You have to do that inner work. Like you have to evolve in order to see the men who are evolved. That's the secret. That's the matrix. Okay. A lot of you women, you have not evolved. You have not gotten to a healthy place where you can see good men. You can feel good men. You can experience good men, evolved men, higher thinking men. See, you have not done your inner work. That's what's really going on. And women hate it when I call them out, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You have to do your own work. Okay? In order to see men who are on that kind of time, you have to be there yourself. So that's why hello, Tyrone Jones. That's why 120. That's why a lot of women will say, yeah, my dating life sucks, or, the type of men that I come across or that I meet and this and that. I'm like, but I want you to do some inner work. And that's not to say that every now and again, I don't get a clunker. Like every now and again, I'll get a clunker. But because of where I'm at on that journey, because of my just being evolved, I think it's hilarious. Like, can I be honest? I think it's hilarious. Like nothing about it makes me angry. Nothing about it frustrates me. Nothing about it gets me all riled up. I think it's hilarious. So when I come across a clunker man, I'm just like, really? Like, you sure? You sure you want to? I don't think you want to do this. Like, no, I think it's funny. So, Cantrice. Okay, I think you have to discern all ages. With us being moved to date online, some older men are looking for passion up front because they've had it in the past. Well, if you know anything about me, I'm not a fan of online dating. I think online dating was a social experiment gone completely wrong. And we let them spoon feed us online dating, hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. And then what cemented it? What cemented online dating was the pandemic. So online dating was like, it was chugging along like, oh, maybe not. People were like, Then the pandemic came along and everything shut down. Everybody ran to the dating apps. And if anything, it shows you the power of human connection. It shows you the power of wanting to be loved, wanting to be in a romantic, situation. Like that's how I know. Like, if anything, dating apps prove a lot of things that I say, that we're not going to leave each other alone. Like, you got red pill people, you got feminist women and red pill men. We're not leaving each other alone. Like, that's why when they be talking the MGTOWs be talking about going their own way, you're not going your own way, bro. Like, that ain't happening. You're going to do that for a little while. You're going to stumble across a woman who just blows your entire mind, and you're going to be married with 5 kids. Like, okay. Like, that's what you want now. And the feminists, they be young. I don't want no kids. I don't need no man. And I'm good. I got my cat. I got my dog. I'm good out here. I ain't thinking about them. And then look, again, they gonna bump into the love of their life at Starbucks that make them feel away. And when they turn 35, they gonna be married with 3 kids living in the suburbs. And you're going to be like, well, what about the feminists? No, I got my man. I got my kids. Like, so can we stop all that nonsense? Okay. Men and women are not going to leave each other alone. Men and women are not going to keep searching for what they like to call their soulmate. Y'all know I don't believe in that, but what they like to call their soulmate, their one and only, their love of their life, their twin flame, and all of that foolishness, they're not going to stop. Because what y'all don't understand is you are trying to undo something that God did. Like, you can't do that. It's haughty. It's downright prideful. It's downright narcissistic to think that you're going to undo programming that God put in you. Like, really? That's what you want? It'd be making me laugh. It'd be making me laugh. God created man for woman and woman for man. That's why our bodies fit together. But a lot of women and a lot of men out here, in their haughtiness, in their pride, oh, I don't need no woman, I don't need no man. And yet that's how God designed you. Good luck. And that's why you're going to be right back on them apps looking for somebody. Because he says some people have found love. 5%. Can we talk statistics? Because y'all know how I feel about data. 5% of people on dating apps have found love. 5% of people on dating apps have gotten married. And then the study now is we have to follow those people. We have to follow those people and just see what the success of those relationships, what's the success rate of those relationships. So I'm all about the science. I'm all about the data. People telling me that, I'm like, so what's the data? What's the science? That's how my analytical brain works. But yes, 5%. That's where we're at. I think another study I read said 6%. Most people are not. Most people are not finding the love of their life. Most people are not finding a man or a woman to marry on a dating app. Sorry. But it's the science, Okay. You're right. Online dating was cemented because of COVID. That did it. It was a social experiment until COVID came along. And then now it's like people are selling it like it's God. Oh, you got to go online. You're not going to be, Anita, you're crazy to go out here and just go. So you're just going to walk out of your house and you're going to try to meet somebody? Really? That's how people talk to me. And I have to laugh. That's how people be talking. You think that you're just going to go to a restaurant or a bar and meet somebody? Like, they have cemented it. Like, that's the only way. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Being married for over 26 years, I'm glad I don't have to deal with this stuff today. Gil Crow, oh my God, I envy you. There is a part of my soul that envies you. It really does. Because you speaking life, you speaking the truth right there. You speaking the truth, okay? You are so blessed to have a longevity of marriage, yeah. Because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I'm not going to lie. To be single in 2022 and to actively be searching, looking. It's like they said, it's like the thrift store. You trying to find a Birkin bag at the Goodwill. That's what you're doing. You at the Goodwill and you trying to find some Balenciagas. That's what you're doing. Lord, he said, that's the real truth. All right-wing badges being bought today. Thank you. Yeah. But, y'all, it's good for Tyrone to be alone. Okay. No, I say no, Tyrone. I say no, that you're going to meet someone, I hope, right? That just something about them feels right. Something about them feels like home. Something about them brings peace. It brings fun, and just joy. That's my hope for every person on the planet. That they meet someone that they can do life with, that can support them, that they can support. Like, that's the real purpose of our lives, is to connect with people and love them and support them and honor them, have fun with them. Like, I'm going to keep it real. I'm an introvert and I know how to have fun by myself, but the fun hit different. The fun hit different when I'm with my girls. The fun hit different when I'm with my male friends. The fun just hit different. Okay? It just do. We need each other. And I need you to stop believing this narrative that, it's not worth it. It's too much trouble. Because see, that's why people are not even trying. That's why people are so impatient. They're so impatient with other people. They're not even trying. Oh, just peopling, people out here. Oh, they just, and it's so many memes, y'all. I was about to create one. I'm going to be honest. I was about to create a meme about peopling, because sometimes I do be thinking that. But then, I have to check myself. Anita, no, we are meant to do life together and people are going to people. Okay. And to that, I need to say, find your people. Find the people that you connect best with. Find the people that get you. That's how you build your tribe. I have a very small tribe, but I thank God every day that it's people that get me. They know what I'm on. They know what time I'm on. They're like, yep, that's Anita. That's the time she on. And I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not abusing anybody. I'm not out here tripping, but I think different. I be on some different stuff. That's it. That's all it is. And I ask for grace just like I give grace. Just like I got to give grace to people, I ask for grace. Our parents and grandparents met each other without technology, so we can too. Thank you, Cantrice D. Cantrice D, thank you. And I'm of that same school of thought. But dating apps, in my personal opinion, they're not designed to truly help people find lasting love. They're not designed to help people find healthy love. And if you read the studies, if you look at the studies of these apps, people are consuming other people. They're looking at other people like a catalog. They're looking at other people like a product. There's something innately wrong with that. And so now think about it like this. How many men would look at this video and they would say, oh, there's a very attractive woman, oh, wow, I would love to get to know her. And then they start fantasizing in their head about me. They start fantasizing about, just what they see on this video. And they say, oh, she could be like this. She could be like that. Oh, and this and that. And we could do this and she could do that, and here we go. Right. But then you meet me in person and you spend time with me and you get to know me and you realize, oh, there's a real person. There's a real person behind this persona. There's a real person with real pains. There's a real person that has, they hurt. They're happy. They're sad. They have problems. They have aches. They have pains. There's a real person behind that persona, right? And that's what we're not understanding. I had a root canal on early Monday morning. I had a root canal. And when I tell y'all my jaw swole up, I thank God right now that my face my face went back to normal. My jaw swole up and I couldn't talk. I was like, I needed the vocal rest, but y'all, it wasn't pretty. But see, that's what you don't see right now. That's what you don't see in this live. You see a person that is, looks put together, everything, looks good, but that's what we're doing. We're seeing people, we're seeing their persona and we want that all the time. But that's what I don't like about the apps. It's a 2D. It's a 1D, 2D. It's not a 3-dimensional. Who is this person really? It's a picture. It's a picture and some words and we're swiping. It's like looking in a catalog. It's like looking online. Look, I be online trying to find stuff to buy. And I'm like, not that. Oh, I don't like the way that look. And that's what we're doing to people, to human beings. That's what we're doing. That's the time that we're on. We are consuming people like products. Does it count if you meet someone online but end up marrying their friend? Oh, wow. Okay. So you met the friend through the person you met online? I'm not mad. Because, hey, you realize, okay, the person I met online is not my person. But they introduced you to somebody that's your person. I'm not mad about that. And so technically, you didn't meet your person online. You met them through somebody else that you met online. So I love it. Like I said, if that's what you had to do, I love it. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you. So out of all the men that I dated online, I maintained friendships with 2 or 3 of them because I found out who they were as a person. And I liked it. I liked it. We weren't a romantic match. We were incompatible romantically. But I liked it. They were dope. They were cool. I was like, you know what? You cool as hell. We gotta keep knowing each other. It ain't for us to be in love, but you cool, and we still cool to this day. We still friends to this day. So I considered that a win. I considered that in the 5%. I met a good person. I met a cool person and I'm still cool with today. They not my husband. They're not my husband. There was no romantic match there, but they're cool. So yeah. I don't know about marriage, but for now, men should hit the gym 100%. 100%. We need men to develop their healthy masculinity again. Just like everything today, disposable. Exactly. No one today has patience because it takes energy to have patience. It's just easier to move on. Precisely. So it's a lot of moving parts when we think about everything that's going on in the world today, especially in the dating and relationship space. A lot of moving parts. But what I find so fascinating is we're not going to leave each other alone. I keep hearing men say, no, I'm done. I'm out. I keep hearing women say, I don't want no man. I don't need no man. And y'all keep messing with each other. Y'all keep messing with each other. The birth rate ain't gone down. We still having babies. How do you think that's happening? Y'all doing something with each other. So what I want to see happen, and this is a part of the solution that I want to be a part of, is I want people to learn healthy relationship skills. I want to actually have an academy. I want to have a school or an academy that teaches people how to be in healthy relationships. I believe that's something that needs to begin in middle school. There is a relationship course, several relationship courses that you take in middle school. And you take it again in high school. And you take it again in college. You keep taking it. It's required. It's required to get out of middle school. It's required to graduate high school. It's required to graduate college. Because that's the thing we don't realize. We are in relationships from birth to death. And everywhere in between, we are in relationships. Sometimes those relationships are an hour long. So when I go in and sit down in a restaurant and the waiter or the server comes over to serve me, I am now in a relational stance with that person. For this hour that I'm in here, that person means something to me. They are bringing my food. They are making sure it is correct. They are bringing me a straw for my drink. They are coming over and checking on me. See, I'm in a relational stance with that person for an hour. Okay? When I go to my post office and I need, to get my mail or my packages or whatever, and I'm seeing that person over and over. See, I'm in a relational stance with that person. Right? When I go and get my hair done, my nails done, or anything else that you're doing, you are relating to other people. And what I want to do, what I want to teach people how to do, is I want to teach them how to do it effectively. Because you're going to do it. But let's keep it 100. You're not effective. Most people are not. I wasn't effective for years and years and years. And that's why I'm so passionate about the work that I do as a therapist and as a coach. People must learn the skills to be effective in relationships. You got to learn how to talk to people. You got to learn how to listen. You got to learn how to resolve conflict. You have to learn how to be patient. You have to learn how to negotiate. I get this, you get this. Okay, great. I can do that. See, you got to learn how to negotiate. What else? What's some other relational skills that we need to learn? Okay, we got to learn how to wait. Got to learn how to move. like I said, sometimes you got to move right now. Sometimes you got to wait. But a lot of us, we don't have good relational skills. We suck at it. And whether it's your trauma, whether it's your childhood, whether it's your attachment style, whether it's your love language, it's a lot of stuff I could say. But the bottom line is this. Y'all are not sitting down and learning how to relate to other people. You don't have good social skills and you don't have good relationship skills. And that's whether the relationships with your child, your dog, your mama and them, your man, your woman, like y'all suck at it. Okay. And I'm only saying this in love. I'm saying it in love. And I'm saying it because I sucked at it. I sucked at it for many, many, many years. And I was like, you know what? It had to be better than this. like what is it a book? Is it a class? Is it a YouTube video, a podcast? And guess what? I took all that route. Do I need a therapist? Do I need a mentor? I did all of that. That's how I got here. Because I did all of that. And I'm still learning. It ain't over. I got my stuff. I'm still learning. Okay. He says the hardest part is realizing how many relationships we are in. I'm married with 2 kids. In my case, it's 3 different people. Yep. At the same time, different situations, different personalities, different temperaments. You said it. And Lamar, let's talk about people at work. Let's talk about your mama. Let's talk about your daddy. Let's talk about your brothers and your sisters and your cousins and your friends. Let's talk about all the people that you relate with. And that's why it is critical. Relational skills is critical. Because unless you was born in an incubation tank and you were raised by a robot and then you was put outside in the woods somewhere and you've been living like that for the rest of your life, you are in relationships. You are in relationship with your mama from the day you're born. You're in relationship with your daddy. You're in relationship with your grandparents, your aunties, your cousins, your siblings. Then you in relationship with little kids at school. Then you in relationships with your teachers. Then you in relationships with people at your church and Mother Mary and all the sisters at church. Then you in, I could keep going. And y'all don't think we need a class? Y'all don't think we need a conference? You don't think we need a retreat? You don't think we need help? And you in relationships with all these different people? And you tripping? Come on now. Come on. I need the school. I need the academy. I need the show. Like that's what I'm really on. That's the time I'm on. I need the show. I need the relational academy or the school of relationships. So I need something. Okay. I volunteer myself. It's a whole lot that we don't know, that most people don't know. A whole lot. And here's what I'm going to tell you. This is Mama Anita talking. I know you have been hurt. I know that you have had hurts and wounds and pains from childhood. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you. Once you're behind turn 18, I don't want to hear you blame your mama and your daddy no more. I want you to tell me that that's what happened. But now we got our work to do. Like it's on you now. You grown. It's on you. I don't want you to be 30 and 40 and 50 sitting in my office talking about what your mama did, talking about what your daddy did. But the time you turned 18 and you went on about your business, then what? Then what? Because at that point, it was over. What did you do from 18 to 50? Like you ain't still getting whooped by your mama. You ain't still getting, neglected by your daddy. What did you do from 18 to 50? That's on you. And that's the work. That's the work that we all have to do. We cannot sit around and blame our parents anymore. We can acknowledge the trauma that they committed on us. I have no problem with that. I want people to do that. And you know what? If you want to confront them, you can do that. Like I co-sign that. You might have to confront a parent or two. Don't mean that they're going to change. Don't mean they're going to apologize. But you know what? If you need to do that to feel better, go ahead and do it. I support it. But at some point, that has to end. You're done. I have confronted this with my parents. I've written a letter. I've talked to them about it. I've sent a text, an email, face-to-face, however you want to do it. Now you got to go, that is over. And now I got to give myself what they didn't. I got to learn some things that they didn't teach me. Y'all, when I sat here and tell you how much I jacked up my credit in my 20s because of all the non-financial education I didn't get. But at some point, I had to wake up and go, you know what? I got to take a class. Like, I got to learn this because I can't keep living like this. I need a budget. I need a budget. See, I can't keep crying about them. I can't keep saying what they didn't give me. I got to do it. I got to figure this out. And it was a hard road, y'all, because I like to travel. And y'all don't know how much money I spent on these trips. I like to travel. I got several credit cards that give you the miles for, I got a problem. I admit it. I got a problem, right? And so you just got to learn. A cornerstone to my company is Crucial Convos training, and it's been helpful for my personal life. Excellent. I love hearing that. They make us refresh quarterly. I love it. I love it. But again, this is something that we're not doing enough work on. And it's funny how in the last 5 years, you got companies and platforms. So their thing is mental health. And, as a therapist, I 100% support that. Right? So I'm not adverse to that. I love it. I love mental health conversations. I love talking about this stuff. I love the therapy is now normalized. I love all of that. Okay, that's good for business. But again, I want us to go even further. I want us to talk about healthy relational skills. We got to go even further. That's not enough. That's not enough. We got to go even further. The pandemic hurt us all more than we thought. Yeah, people have become more about themselves and have lost the ability to interact with others except on a screen. Oh my gosh, you said a mouthful. You said a mouthful right there. You are 100% right. So yeah, we have to get back to basics. We have to get back to basics. Because like I said, y'all not going to leave each other alone. Y'all are not going to leave each other alone. Men and women are not going to leave each other alone. And y'all love to get online and say that. And I just be laughing. I be like, you going to be back out there? I just be laughing. Because this is God designed. It's God designed in me to want my husband. It's God designed in me to want to lay up against something hard. That's just in me. And I get frustrated. I get frustrated just like y'all. I do. I remember, was it Monday night? I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the Novocaine. I don't know what it was. But my mind was going in all these different directions. And I was telling my friend, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with all this. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just going, I'm just going to chill. I'm just going to be by myself. The next day, y'all, I was like, and I said, I had to call back. I said, I be tripping, right? I be saying stuff. He be saying stuff. And I even said it in the moment. I said, you know what? That's how I'm feeling in this moment. I know this moment's going to pass. It is what it is. Thank you. But y'all, we just got to learn how to be in healthy relationships. We have to learn healthy relational skills because we're going to do it. It's God designed in us. And it's that little hole in us that is like, man, I just desire that other, and I will even go so far as to say I have good friends, but it just don't hit the same. It don't hit the same. So we're going to do it. We have to learn how to do it well. We have to be open to doing it better, which is why I started my platform. I said to myself, we need better love. We need better love, and we need to make it a movement, right? I'm so glad so many people have joined me on this journey to this movement to better love. And guess what? We're not going to get there blaming and shaming. We're not going to get there, accountability shifting. Oh, you talking to us. What about them? What about the women? What about the men? No, just take this medicine. Just take it. Just say, okay, this is what I might need to do. And then you may see something for the opposite sex. Okay, I know that's what they need to do. See, that's it. That's what I do. When I see content for women, I go, like, okay, that might be me. That's it. I don't immediately want to shift that off of me. And it's because I'm grown. We need to grow up. We got a lot of adults, people in grown bodies that's like children. You got to grow up and you got to take this medicine. And then, other people will get their medicine too. Trust me when I tell you, and especially on my platform, everybody can get it. Okay. Everyone's heard me say that and they know I mean it. Everybody can get it over here. I'm not coming for the men and I'm not coming for the women. I'm coming for all of y'all because that's who's in the relationships, the men and the women. So it ain't just, don't think I'm picking on one or the other. No, everybody can get it over here. So nope, the pandemic took millions of lives, but here we are, thank God. So we need to get back out there and get on with our lives. I agree. We need to recognize our own flaws and determine whether or not we want to improve ourselves in order to grow in relationships. Yep, it takes a mature adult to do that. So that's a part of the training too, is I'm going to have people do ego work. Like they got to grow up. They got to mature. I look at some of the content out here and a lot of it is centered around, younger people and their relationships and all, but they got to grow up. It's just sad to me. And then they will come together. They will make families. They'll have children. And it's like children raising children. It's like no wonder we're in the predicament we're in. You have a bunch of grown-ups that are immature in their mind and they don't even have a clue how to raise children. So we have to do better. And I want to be on the side of the fence that has solutions. It's not just about talking about the problems. I want to give you all some solutions. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're coming in on the end of this live, I am going to post it and you may watch it again. Give me your thoughts, your opinions about some of the things that we touched on in today's live. I think the next live I will do will be for subscribers only. So, cause I get in my feelings, y'all, and I be saying stuff and then, and this is what's so funny. Instagram will let me have a pass for a couple of weeks, right? Make me think I slipped past the censors and then they'll come back and go, no, you have been demonetized. You talked about dingalings. You talked about vaginas. Isn't that crazy? Women can show 90% of their body on Instagram, but if I say the word penis or vagina, I get demonetized. Make it make sense. Oh, he says, I need to DM you on how to subscribe, please. You just go to my bio, you hit subscribe, but the next live we do will be for subscribers only. And the next 2 reels that I post will be for subscribers only. So I'm making more content specifically for subscribers. So consider subscribing to the channel. I love you all. I appreciate you. I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day. Hello. And if you're coming in on the end, watch the replay. Give me your thoughts down below. But have a wonderful day. And as always, stay open to love.